Let's see if it's gonna work. Just a minute. Just for me to pause the video here. Yeah, I think we're live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I'm Gustavo. I'm 27 years old. And today I'm here as a host on Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a platform for speaking language. This is an English immersion, but there's others like Spanish, French, Italian. This is not a class. I'm as well a student. I like to speak in English and to learn new things and talk about different topics and know each other. For you guys to know a little bit more the project, there's a link below on the YouTube. You can go there and see what they're gonna talk about it. I think you're gonna love it. So go there and talk and see what expecting to you. So just for a really quick introduce myself, I'm 27 years old. I work with IT. Today I'm from Brazil, but today I live in Portugal. And I have a dog, but in Brazil, it is in Brazil. And I think basic that's it. And you, Santiago, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. I'm Santiago. I'm 38 years old, and I live in Belo Horizonte with my wife. I don't have pets and all kids, but I love dogs. I work with 3D. I'm a 3D artist. I make 2D objects for games. I have been working with 3D, I don't know, since 2014. And to be quick, that is it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Rebecca, what about you?
Hello, guys. I'm Rebecca. I live in the city of São Paulo. I have two pets. I have pets, two dogs, and I live with my family. And I think it's my first time with this host, but I try participating in the meetings here at least twice a week, depending on my schedule. And that's it.
That's good. That's good. And I'm gonna pass the ball with the happiest guy in the room, Esdras. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, guys. My name is Esdras. I live in Sorocaba, São Paulo. I work as a system developer, and I live with my wife and my kids. I like watching movie and series with my wife. I like play video game with my kids. I have two sons. That's it.
Oh, that's good. Sonia, what about you?
Hello, I'm Sonia. I am from Paraguay. I live in Asunción, Paraguay, with my husband and my two pets, two beagles, Polo and Flash. My husband is from Brazil, but he lives here for 30 years. I'm a psychologist, and I collection orchids. I like soccer very much. I like to watch soccer games, and I like Formula One too. I watch all the races of Formula One, the qualifying, the practices, and the races. I'm fan of Lewis Hamilton. And what can I say more about me? I think that's all for now.
Oh, that's good. Do you have a Brazilian team? Support a Brazilian team or not?
Yes.
Oh,
I support Santos.
Santos? Oh, that's my team.
Because Pelé.
Yeah.
And the colors are black and white, like my team in Paraguay, because I am from Olympia. 3 champions of Libertadores, like São Paulo, and I support Santos. In the World Cup Paraguay don't go to the World Cup since 1928, since French World Cup. And I support Brazil, obviously. I sing the hymn from Brazil. And every game the Brazil play.
Oh, that's good.
And very fun.
Santos is my team as well, but it's not so good to support this team today because it's bad. We suffer a lot, but we continued. I like to surf a little bit, to be honest. So for us to start it, Rebecca, can you read the question number 2 for us? If you want, you can answer or choose someone to answer. It's up to
Yes.
you.
Do you like to do things alone? What do you feel? I can answer. Yes, I like to do things alone, not too much as the girl in the video that we saw. And the way that she told it to us seems so exciting, so good. But I think travel, for example, no. What I like to do alone is, for example, I don't know, spend time alone with during my week, doing my stuff with not too much people around. I think it's good. I think I can focus more in my work or my study, for example. But sometimes I like to study with others too. And I feel pretty in peace when I'm doing things alone. I think sometimes ride the bicycle when I can, depend of the place that I am. I like to do it alone because it's very like I have someone to do it with me. It's more because it's not every time someone can join. And it's more or less what I like to do alone. Maybe there's more things, but I can't remember right now. And that's it, guys.
No, that's good. The peace sensation, I know what it is because I came from a big family with a small house. So every room there's someone in the room, so you didn't have like a little space to you. So right now I live alone, so I know I have this peace to do things, but sometimes it's different. It's different to be honest, but it's good. The sensation is good. Ezra, and you?
Do sometimes alone? No, I don't like. Sometimes I like to stay alone and like sit on my couch, but sometimes on TV, I don't think anything. Stay there a minute and back to my normal life. I like the people. I like the movement. I like sometimes I like noise, barulho, né? That's it.
Yeah, there are some things that the shared experience is good. Everybody experiences the same thing, and I think there's more energy on the space. Sometimes it's really good. And you, Sonia?
Yes, I like to do some things alone. For instance, take care of my flowers. When I take care of my flowers, I spend a lot of time, 2 hours maybe, because I have a lot of them. And I prefer to be alone and to take my time. And also when I go to the gym, I prefer to be alone. I choose an hour whenever go to the gym, and I prefer choose my music and do my routine alone. But for the other things, I like to spend time with my husband or my friends, but nowadays, I need my time, some days especially, because my job, I have when I have patients, and then I prefer to stay alone without talking with anybody and be quiet in silence, and I need my time alone. I
Yeah.
think that's it.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I know the sensation. And you, Santiago, what about you?
I like to do things alone. I feel the need to do things alone. Do you know? In 2018, I went to Peru alone. Was a good trip. Nowadays, it's more complicated because I'm married, so I do a lot of things with my wife, and but sometimes I do some things alone for myself.
Yeah, that's good. In my case as well, there's something that I do alone that I prefer to do alone. Gym, I like to do alone as well because I think that I focus more on that. But sometimes it's kind of, oh, I don't want to go now. It's like that. Then there's some friend that said, oh, let's go. So you said like, let's go. At least we're gonna chat, something like that. So you get more motivated sometimes when you do with the other person, and that sensation that I have with the gym, for example. But I noticed that when I am alone, I have more focus. So I just go one machine to other. So I just do the training, listen my song, and that's it. And go back 1 hour is gonna be good. Uh, I like to do some things alone, other things not so much. But if you notice that sometimes even we not don't like to do things alone, we need to do things alone because in the work or in the life, they're gonna get at us and they're gonna need to do it. So it's good for it's important for us to feel comfortable with that. Most of the time it's not gonna be, but we're gonna need to do. Depending what I'm doing, I don't know, depend of if it's something new that I'm trying to do, I'm gonna feel afraid of something. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna do it right, the right thing. But normally my feeling when I do alone, depend of the thing, but the same sensation that Rebecca said, the peaceful I feel sometimes. And sometimes I think that when you do things alone, it looks like you are, sometimes not, but sometimes yes, it look like adult, it look like you are adult. So you are doing that alone, yeah. So you are look like adult sometimes, like doing something in the house or something like that. So you have this responsibility sometimes. Yeah, basically the question number 3, we kind of answer things that we like to do alone by ourselves. I'm gonna skip the number 3 and go to the number 4. The things that you don't like to do alone. Ezra, can you read to us and answer, or choose someone to answer?
Number 4.
Yeah, number 4.
What are the things that you don't like to do alone? For me, as I said before, I don't usually do things alone. As example, when my children go to school in the morning, I am alone at home, and I feel uncomfortable because my house is very quiet, and I, I eu não acostumo stay alone. Maybe I don't know, this motiving. I think, but I don't like stay alone for a long time. That's it.
Yeah, you're familiarized with everybody in the room, so you always have things to see and it's busy. That's good. One thing that I remember that now I live alone, that before I was living with my mom, and you forgot the towel, you know, we go to the bathroom and take a shower, and after that you are wet, and said, oh, you, if I'm at home with my mom, I said, mom, get the towel to me right now, I can do that. So I need to buy myself and go on and continue.
Yeah.
So some little things that happen that said, oh, that's not so good when we are alone. But yeah, I know the way that they feel. Santiago, and you?
Um, I don't like to. I don't like spending the weekend alone because I work from home and in a company in a different time zone, so I don't have contact with the guys. I don't chat with the guys during my day. So on the weekends, I want to see people, see my friends, see my family, and talk about whatever. And in the weekends I need the necessity to I don't know, enjoy people.
Yeah, you want to see the world, right? Because when you work home, just the wall that you see and sometimes the light, that's it. And even you talk with the other person, the things or something like that, it's not the same that have contact. Yeah, I understand that. And you, Sonia?
Person 4,
Yeah, four. Number four.
I think I don't like to go out to dinner alone. Uh, really, I don't like to have lunch alone. I prefer eat my my dinner my lunch with a company, because if I am alone, I don't feel hungry. This I don't know why. So I prefer some company, but it depends of my mood too, because I lived a lot of time, maybe 15 years I lived alone, and I got used to everything alone. I went to the cinema alone. I went to the supermarket, or I don't know, I did it all alone myself, and it was good experience. But nowadays, since I am married, I prefer to be with my husband, or for eat something, for drink a coffee. I prefer my friends, to be with my friends, or my family. It changes, depends of the time.
Yeah, I understand, because in my case it's almost the same, but it's a little bit different. I don't mind to eat alone when I'm at home or in the lunch of the job or something like that. But one thing that I don't like to do, it's like if I go to a restaurant, it's just if I really hungry, because I said, oh, when I have with my friends or someone else, I think that it's good to talk in that moment. So the experience is gonna be good. But if I go alone, if I need to eat there, I just gonna eat it. That's it. So it's not gonna remember so much. It's just gonna eat the fast as I can and continue my life. That's it. But when I eat with someone else, I think the environment, everything, the experience is better. But when I alone, I just eat just for because I'm hungry, and that's it. I go. I just put my cell phone there, watch a movie, watch something, and I'm not even trying really good the taste of the food, because I'm just hungry, so I'm just gonna eat. But when I have friends, something like that, we talk and do that, and eat. That's good. I think that I experience better, and I like that, because I noticed that when I alone, I'm not like to try to discover restaurant, like, oh, that's the restaurant look good, I'm gonna try to eat that alone. No, not like that. So if there's some friend, there's someone to follow me, that's good. But if I go alone, said, yeah, I'm just gonna eat, but just because I'm hungry, that's it. So I think the experience has changed a little bit. But in my house or in the break of in the lunchtime on the job. If there's someone, okay. If there's not, I put my cereal and eat, and that's it. But it's kind of similar yours, Sonia. And you, Rebecca?
Hi guys, to me the same about this restaurant thing and lunch. When I'm working in company, I do prefer with my friends to eat with them, to us talk and find new place. It's one thing that I prefer do with someone. Also, a thing that I don't like to do alone, I think it's travel in my country. I think it's the countryside. I think it's not the same. Um, I'm curious about travel alone. I think it seems interesting. Maybe one day, maybe if I travel abroad, I have courage to do this. But today, I think it's not. It's a thing that I cannot face by myself, especially if it was here in Brazil. I think because it's a place that I know what's my country, I prefer share this experience with someone, a friend or a family. And other thing that I don't like to do alone, also about the weekend thing, me too. I prefer people at the weekend, especially when it's summer, because I think summer can hang out or I don't know. I have people around me, but when it's a cold day, okay, if I don't have people here, I can, because when it's winter, I don't want to do too much things. Well, some situations that I prefer people, just a few, and I think travel, have lunch, and weekend, it's some of them.
No, that's good. About travel, already the boat alone and with company. The two side is good. Like you have two good sides in each of scenario, but there are other things that's not. Like when you travel alone, you have freely to do everything you want. So you don't need to like, oh, my friend want to do that, I don't want to do, so I'm not gonna do. No, if you're freely, you do whatever you want. That's it. In your time. If you don't want to do nothing, you just leave it and do whatever you want to do. And when we are friends, like the experience is better. I think that you're gonna remember, oh, there's this story that you can tell that is gonna be more emotion about the story. It's gonna more life, the story, the sensation as well, the experience is shared. But sometimes the person want to do something and you don't want to do that, and like it's like you need to give and take a little bit so for have a good relationship. So sometimes you do things that you don't like, that you feel not so excited, and the other person feel excited. But it's like you don't can have the both and the good word and the there's always the good and the bad in every scenario, but it's good. Try the both that you're gonna like it.
Yeah, I follow pages about travel, and women say that travel alone is wonderful. They really share a lot of experience and saying how much is good about freedom of this experience. But I'm still a little afraid. But I believe in this related that's a wonderful experience. But to me, not today.
Yeah, there's a
Yes,
time for everything.
when I was single, I went 2 summers to Brazil. One time to Canasvieiras, one time to Camboriú. I went alone, and it was a good experience. I didn't speak nothing of Portuguese. But it was a good experience for me. I spent my time in the beach reading a book, and it was good. Nowadays, I can imagine travel without my husband, but in that time, it was a good experience. I chose the places that I loved to visit, the stores, and it was good.
It was a challenge, I think, but in the end,
Yes.
it was good. Uh, to continue, let me ask before someone want to add a comment, something more, or continue? Continue. Okay. Let's go number 6. 6? No, it's 5. Yeah, 5. Santiago, can you read to us an answer, please? Or choose someone to answer?
Yeah. Have you ever avoided doing something alone because you were afraid of what others would think? Uh, Maybe when I was very young, but to be honest, I don't remember. Nowadays, I don't worry about it. If I want to do something and I have conditions to do, I just do. I don't care about other people's are talking about it.
No, that's good. Sometimes it's hard to think like that, depending on what you're trying to do. But that's a good way to think. And you, Rebecca?
Well, I don't have a situation that I was worried about what the others think. I don't have this one, but I remember a situation that I was afraid to do something alone was, you know, those groups of polyglot people that um, they schedule, make an appointment in a place and invite a lot of people. So I didn't want to go one opportunity that I had because I didn't know anyone there. I know it's good environment, everything, but I I I got a little afraid about the situation to show they're alone. It's not an online meeting; it's presential meeting, and I avoid it. But it's not because the others things. No, it's other things. Just because I didn't know anyone. That's the situation that I remember.
No, that's I didn't know about that. It was in our city that they make the appointment, like the.
Yes, in my city, São Paulo.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't know if I was be able to do that as well because like
Mm.
I just know English and a little bit Spanish and everybody there know like 8 languages. So, well, let's see. And you, Sonia?
Um, Unfortunately, for women, some things are more difficult. We have a problems that the men maybe don't have. For example, I avoid to walk around my house because it's not safe for a woman, and I prefer avoid because I feel unsafe. Uh, and it's a really it's a real thing in Hawaii, unfortunately, and I prefer to don't drive at night. If I have to go out to a meeting, I usually go with a friend in a car. I don't like to drive at night. But about what other good thing, for me, it's no matter. I never had that problem because I do my things in my way, and I don't. It's no matter the other thing.
Oh yeah, I understand. Unfortunately, that happened. Some place need to avoid, but I think it's avoid for not for I don't want to do that because of security, because it's danger and something bad could happen, some issue bad can happen that scenario. So it's like avoid not for make this a bad scenario, something bad happen. So I think that's important to avoid in case like that. Unfortunately, we are supposed to do whatever we want in the time that we want to do, but unfortunately, there are some places that we can do that. That's sad, but yeah, the world that we live, unfortunately, that sometimes happen that. And you, Esdras?
As Santiago said, maybe when I was kid, sorry, maybe. Now I don't remember a situation and I need to, uh, I need the doing. Uh, and I think I really care what the other people think about me. There are a few people I actually care about me. I think that with the age comes even the maturity um, of the technology separates the things. Today, I think is a few people in part for me, or in part think about me. That's it.
Yeah, I understand. Because sometimes we think so much sometimes to do something and put like, but what the other person gonna think about me? But I don't even know the person, don't know who is gonna be there for think about me, if they think or not think. It's not gonna be a issue with me, because the opinion for me, if it's not so good, I don't care the opinion of the other person in that case. In my case, I remember 2 years ago, for a long time I avoided, but after that 2 years ago I did it. I never went, still not, but a good swimmer. And 2 years ago, I didn't swim in nothing like that. And then for a long time, I was afraid. Like said, oh, I go there, but I don't know how to swim here. But yeah, I matriculate in a swimmer class and everything. Said, oh, but the other person already good, but I'm gonna be trying the water, try not to die there, just beating myself not to die in the water. So yeah, obviously it's gonna be bad because I didn't know how to do it. To be honest, right now I try not to die in the water, so I know something, but not good swimmer at all. But that time I avoided for a long time. Said, oh, but I'm gonna go there. And silly because it's like swimmer class. So what expect? Learn swimmer. So you don't know nothing about the water, you go there and learn. But even you think like, oh, but the other person is gonna be better than me. Yeah, obviously gonna be because there's more time in the water than I was in that time. And if you're afraid, like, oh, they're gonna see me try not to die, almost yelling, save me. And then you feel like, what they gonna think? But in the end, everything is okay because everybody there, we think that before that, oh, the people gonna laugh about me or something like that. But when you get there, that we notice that everyone passing that moment, like the learning curve, so they know what you're passing about, what happened with you right now, and they know that you're gonna pass a moment. They don't know how long, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, but you're gonna learn it and you're gonna be good. Not perfect, but you're gonna swim. You're gonna learn how to do that. But until you get that point, you think like, but they think that I stupid because I'm doing that and I almost die in the water. But no, everybody passed with that and said, oh, I can't do that. But when you get there and see that how things work and said, that's okay. But before I get that point that you go there and matriculate and do everything step and go in the water, do that process, the first step, it's hard. I tell you, it's hard because you think, but what are people gonna think about me? I almost gonna die in the water. They're gonna let me die there. But after that, it's okay. But I remember that for a long time I said, oh, I'm gonna matriculate me to the swimmer class because I think that's important, at least to know a little bit of water for try not to die in immersion, something like that. But I was, oh, but I don't have time right now, so I'm gonna do in the future. I'm gonna do in the future, I'm gonna do in the future. And 2 years ago I started stay for I think 5-6 months, and after that I need other things to do. But it was okay. And then it was okay. It wasn't so scared, a nightmare that I was thinking. I suffered to try it, but yeah, but I'm alive, so it's okay. Uh, so let's continue. We are number 5. We go number 6. Sonia, can you read to us an answer or choose someone to answer that?
Number 6.
Yeah.
What are the benefits and challenges of doing things alone? In my case, about the travels that I did alone, the benefits was I could choose the places that I want to visit. I could choose how I spend my time. I wake up at the time that I prefer. I can spend a lot of time on the beach, reading. I don't depend with the other person. And the challenge in my case was the language in that time, because I didn't understand Portuguese. I understand a little bit, but it was a little bit difficult. It wasn't a problem, see, but because Paraguayan people understand a little of Portuguese, and maybe the challenge in that time to me was go out at night. I would like to go out alone at night, but I don't know. I didn't know is safe or no. I didn't know the city, and it was it was a challenge for me, but I find a lot of benefits, because I don't like to make a tour, to make a time to go here and then there. I don't like it. I don't like a lot of people. I prefer make my schedule and make my routine, my own routine. And that's it.
And a good thing that in the Brazil, Paraguay, and I think in Latin America in general, everybody gonna try to speak Portuñol to try to understand each other, to get by and help each other. That's a good thing that we have tried to help others.
Yeah, yes, and the Paraguayan people like very much Brazilians. I don't know why, because we had a terrible war against Brazil, but here in Paraguay, Paraguayan likes Brazilian people, but it's not the same with Argentinian people, for example. And I perceived the same in Brazil when I went to Canasvieiras and to Camboriú, and I visited the store. The attention was different for me because I am Paraguayan and for Argentinian persons. Because I don't know, the Argentinian persons are very, I don't know how to say it in English, reclama muito, né? Então, eu acho que isso não gosta a ninguém.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I didn't know that Paraguay loved Brazilian people, because I know the war, everything that happened, our past, but I didn't know about that. Well, that's good to know. And you, Rebecca?
Wow. To me, the benefit is to be in control things, control what I need to do, and also the consequences of mine. If I make some mistake, it's my problem. I solve this. I think it's a kind of freedom to me, because I can see some situations and try things, because if I have some problem, okay, it's my problem. And the challenge is, I think when we do things alone, we need to think more, because also about safety, about everything. Because if money depends of the situation, because we can ask advice, okay, have someone to help us, but yeah, I think do things alone, alone is to be responsible. And that's the most challenge, to be responsible, to avoid a problem, because so it probably will be our problem, and think too much about, and the benefit, that's it, control and freedom, to me.
Yeah, good points. And responsibility, that we know that when we are alone, that some little things like just eat, just clean your home, just clean your clothes, things like that, you see that you're responsible for doing that when you travel, do everything that you want. But there's some little responsibility that when you're with others, you can split that, so it's not so much responsibility. Yeah, that is one. And you, Santiago?
I agree with Rebecca. For me, the biggest benefit is having the control over what you are doing, and the biggest challenge is not having support. I don't know, in a trip, for example, if something goes wrong, you have to manage the situation by yourself. So sometimes it's complicated. You can't do it, but that is it.
Yeah, you notice that when you get sick, when you're alone and get sick. You said, "Oh, I'm really bad, but I need to go out of my bed and buy some medicine or go to the doctor," or something like that. So when there's some other else that could call or could help with that, so you can split that. You don't need to think so much about that. It's your health, everything, but you can like split that if it's a responsible people, the trust person that you know by your side. So you can split that even with your health and everything. But when we are alone, it's like it's you and you. If you don't wake up and do that, you're gonna stay there forever. So that's it's a big challenge, like you said. And you, Ezra?
I guess depend. If the people like it, it's easier, and the benefits can be nice. I think the person can enjoy the moment. However, it depends. The person don't like uh, with me. It's hard. I believe the challenge is a must, the challenge, because um, I think always missing something. Uh, in my case, I am not completely. Even when I achieve a goal, and usually, uh, sometimes it is missing for me. Uh, uh, as I said before, I don't like to some time alone. I prefer uh, stay the other people. Um, that's it.
Yeah, I think that the way that you guys think, I think that when we have more people that like you, like I just said, and you trust the person, you can split the task, anything, you can do things more easily because you can split stuff. So it's gonna be fast for you to do things in team than to do alone. Uh, Otherwise, you lose in this case as well. You can lose a little bit of your liberty, like your freedom, because you're in a team, so you need to do things with a team. So if you agree and everybody's agree, so the majority
Yeah.
get that. I think that the challenge, like you guys said really well, it is the responsibility to do things by yourself. And there are things that you don't like to do, but it's necessary to you to do it, even you like or not. It's important for you to do it, to have at least uh, a normal life or a good life. I don't say good, but normal. Some basic tasks, things like that. Um, the the benefits is the freedom. You can choose when you want to do that and where do you want to do, if you want to do, if you not want to do. So you can choose that when you're in team. You not have so freedom to choose that. Uh, yeah, I think the challenge is basically that the responsibility. Uh, when you do that, it's good that you said, "Oh, I'm so responsible in doing this." Yeah, so the sensation is good, but the responsibility and it's yours. So it is hard sometimes if you do or not do it. That in the end, who's gonna be affected? It's you and your environment, and sometimes that it's a big wage for us sometimes. Yeah, but I think basically that's it. I think we answered this question really well, to be honest, about the benefits and the challenge. I gonna ask to you guys, do you want any comment about this question? No?
No?
Okay. I sent the survey because we are getting the end. I sent the survey on the chat. So guys, go there, give a score, give a suggestion about a new team, a new subject that you could talk. I try to remember the next topic. I don't remember. So before we go, let me ask. I don't know what's the next topic. The next week. Next week I find here. The next week we're gonna talk about friends, the way that we make friends and everything. That's a good thing that I noticed that the way that we do friends right now is different, and the way that make friends right now is different than when we are a kid. Because when we're a kid is so easily, and right now it's not so easily like that. But when our kids just a ball, just some play, something like that, and oh, let's join that. And you'll see everybody, they not even they know the name of the other person, but they are friends. But when you get adults, the thing's a little bit more different with responsibility and everything, and space and respect. So it's become a little bit harder and a little bit tricky sometimes to make friends. So we're gonna talk about friends the next week. I hope you guys can make it. And let me ask, Santiago, did you like this meeting? How was it to you?
Yes, I like. For me, is a important subject because today I'm talking with my wife. She she's thinking about do swimming classes, and her asked me if I want to do the classes too, and I said no because at the moment I don't have don't have I don't know, I don't want to do this uh, now, and she's going to do alone because we talk about it. So for me, was a good conversation.
Oh, that's good. And to be honest, I think because of the hot weather in Brazil, I think it's the right moment to do that, because when you just boil in the water, it's like you walk in the clouds. So that's really good. But yeah, that's really good, the sensation when you get in the water. I hope that she like that. Probably she gonna like it, and it's gonna be a good experience to her. And you, Rebecca, did you like this meeting? How did you?
Yes, I like it. I think it's a current topic about do things by ourselves. And I enjoyed the questions, the video, the girl, the video, the way that she told it to us seems so good. And also, I think it has too much to do with our life, our routine, to do things by ourselves. I appreciate the talk.
Yeah, the video, the first time that I see that, it gives us a motivation. Said, oh, I was
Yes.
thinking to do that thing, so let's try to do this thing. Because that's good. So let's try to see how it's gonna be. That's good. A good motivation. And you, Sonia, did you like it? How was the conversation?
Yes, it was very good conversation, and I think a lot how my life changed in these years. Because when I lived alone for many years, my life was totally different from now. But I think it's important to have the experience, maybe one time in life, live alone, have all the responsibility to the house, pay bills, clean your house, organize it, and it's important for me had the experience to travel alone, to make a trip alone from to other country. It's a good experience. You change your mind. It's different to go with somebody and go alone. Uh, it, it's a good experience.
Yeah, that's a really good experience. And we noticed that in a normally day we do a lot of things alone. Like right now with speaking, even we speak with others in English in a different idiom, a different language. We're doing that alone because if someone asks you to use something, you are the responsible to answer that. So I said, oh, we need to answer it properly. So are thinking every way that we express ourselves, we're doing that alone, and the others are seeing what we are doing right now and thinking what they want to think. So even that is something that we do alone, and it was a challenge for us, for everybody here to get this point and express themselves in this language and other language. So that is important. That's a step that we did. Like the first time that we speak English with someone said, I don't know if I have a courage to do that. And I need to do that, right? Because I don't say like, oh, my brother, go there and speak English to me. But no, I need to go there and speak English for myself. So that's a responsibility and something that we do alone as well. Uh, and you, Esdras, how was the conversation? Did you like it?
I like this conversation. I like this topic. I usually say the immersion sometimes is a reflection about our life. uh, I like this topic. I like this immersion.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Said, oh, I was thinking about this, and you see some subjects that, oh, that makes sense. Let's try to see how it's gonna work. And there are some topics that's good to talk with others, to see how they think about it. That's good. For sure, our opinions and learn with each other. Guys, I think that's it. I love the conversation. It's always a fun conversation. I really like that, the moment that I pass here. Sonia, it's almost in hours, my meeting. I like that. I love the company of her. And I always talk here that to be best this, I just need to, because it's Monday, guys, but I need just a beer or something like that. It's like a bar conversation, you know? So it just need the beer. It just need the beer. It's gonna be perfect. But now it's Monday. If I start to drinking Monday, what you guys gonna think about me? It's like the week just started. You're drinking, so maybe need to change the day to other day just for be able to drink. But just joking. But yeah, it's always a pleasure to be here. It's always nice to talk with you guys. I sent a survey. If you have free time, just give a score and give a subject because sometimes it's hard to create some subject. And sometimes, like the last week, we create a subject in the middle of the meeting that we talk about the winner at all. Sonia was here. Someone put the song and we create this subject. It was good conversation last week. Yeah, last week. So guys, that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great week, not weekend yet, a great weekend, and I hope to see you next week. Next week, we're gonna talk about France, and yeah, I think that's it. So guys, have a lovely afternoon to you, evening, and I think that's it. See you guys, and bye bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye
So
bye.
guys,
Bye,
take
guys.
care.
Bye bye.
See ya. Take care.